Hello guys, and welcome back to another video in our channel. And today we preview Chelsea's game. And remember the tactical analysis that we did that Chelsea played against Manchester City. It was very elaborative. We did a YouTube short, we did a full video. We explained how Chelsea suffered with that high line. And there's one thing that Chelsea can really bank on from the Manchester City defeat. The last time Chelsea lost to Manchester City, they went ahead and won close to 10 games. And that is where Chelsea actually found themselves around top areas on the table. Now, a familiar face will be back at Stamford Bridge, and this is Graham Potter, the first managerial hire under the new ownership. And he will be here with West Ham, probably looking to try and get revenge at Stamford Bridge. And Chelsea are currently 6th. Probably by the time Chelsea will be playing this game, they will be 8th or 9th. That's Chelsea for you post-Christmas. That is Chelsea for you post-Christmas. Chelsea might even find themselves 9th by the time they are playing this game. That's just how bad things are. So Chelsea need to win this game. Now, questions have been raised again towards the striker position, as it has now been identified that the club is actually looking for a replacement for Nicholas Jackson, and it's quite clear that Jackson is not the guy to take Chelsea to the next level. But before we even start our analysis, do not forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Now, Maresca had an interesting press conference, and really talked about Chelsea, the various key issues, especially the key issues that the team is, the fans and the journalists are raising as a result of the Manchester City game. One particular discussion that came up is the goalkeeping situation, and again, Maresca just keeps on annoying us without making a straight decision on Robert Sanchez. Maresca was asked if he's contemplating actually dropping Sanchez for the next game. He said for the next game, he's yet to pick a goalkeeper and will decide on that game, and whoever will be picked will be okay. So again, he's trying to shield Sanchez, but this thing annoys me because when other players underperform, such as Noni, such as Neto, such as Caicedo, he's very quick to criticize them. But when it comes to Sanchez, he wants to try and protect him. I don't understand this obsession because Sanchez has conceded 5 goals. 5 goals that if probably he wouldn't have conceded, Chelsea would be higher up in the table. Maresca went ahead and talked about the midfield reinforcement, again saying that he's not going to recall Santos from Strasbourg. So what is the point of having 2 midfielders such as Santos and Igochukwu on loan, yet you can clearly see that Lavia will be out till March, and Caicedo and Fernandes are struggling in that midfield when it comes to physicality. Again, I just don't understand what is happening in this club. There's a lot of decisions that are being made that make absolutely no sense. Why try to go and get another midfielder if you can just recall midfielders from loan? Another thing that Enzo Maresca has talked about is the Jackson position, and he said, and this is a clear indication that even Enzo Maresca has now lifted his hand and accepted there's a problem with the number 9 situation, because he said we have a problem. We have a problem inside the box, meaning that Chelsea have had one of the most crosses in the league, created the most chances in the league, but Chelsea's XG, the number of goals they're supposed to score, is low. Again, justifying why we are saying that Nicholas Jackson is not a striker that Chelsea can rely upon, because Jackson has costed Chelsea in the last 4 games. Him failing to score goals has costed Chelsea points, and these are crucial points that Chelsea need to be in the top 4. I don't care about this thing that Maresca says that the position of the club this season is not top 4. You don't get top 4, you are in big trouble financially, and some players would want to leave. So enough of that nonsense from Enzo Maresca. Let's get into the lineups. The lineups are quite interesting. Now, in my pick, I'm picking Jorgensen to start this game. And I think that will be the realistic option. Enough of Robert Sanchez. And I have declared that I will never put Robert Sanchez in my predicted lineup, no matter how many times Maresca wants to play him. We can't have a goalkeeper who's costing the team points. He's costing the team goals. We can't have it. Jorgensen starts. I also made a very huge difference in my centre back partnership. I'm going back to Tosin and Chaloba. Colwill has not played well. Colwill is that he wants to be clean on the pitch. I don't see Colwill is making a lot of errors. He is making a lot of errors. So I'm going to go back with Tosin and Chaloba. This centre back partnership played well in the game we won 3-1 against Wolves. They played well. I didn't understand why Tosin was not selected to match Haaland physically. Again, this goes down to the manager. A centre back puts up a good performance in 3 games, you don't pick him over a centre back who's back from injury. Poor decision making. Again, I'm going to go with a fullback pairing of Cucurella and Reece James. I don't see any problem with both of them. Both of them are okay. I think Cucurella would have done quite better for Manchester City's first goal. I think so. But overall, both of them are okay. The problem is actually in the Colwill position and Robert Sanchez. So both of them, I can retain them in that fullback position. However, I want to see more when it comes to crosses from Reece James, even though we don't have a dedicated target man in the box. I'm going to go with the midfield pivot of Fernandes and Caicedo. We don't have any option in that position. I don't know. We don't have any option to that. So hopefully that is what we can just field in this game. But would I like to have another player to come in? I would. But again, why would you sign Lavia if you know his injury situations? I'm going to go with the front 3. Noni down the right. It's not that I'm very comfortable with Noni. He's one of the wingers who you can get a goal from, but the way he defended was poor. But again, with Neto this season, he has not been quite great. He runs before he even gets the ball. Palma, good. Sancho, okay. So I will go with that front 3. Then I moved to one of the most crucial positions in the team, and that is the number 9. So I don't know. I just picked Nicholas Jackson because at the moment he probably looks like the player who can play in that number 9 position. He's missing a lot of chances. He's so low in confidence. He's fatigued. The way he used to press, he's not pressing that way. I've talked about pressing in my latest YouTube short. So I really don't know what we can do with this Nicholas Jackson situation. Now, the formation is a 4-2-3-1, and yeah, but I wouldn't have any problem if McGew actually played. McGew has that energy. He likes to press a lot, and we have seen it in the Conference League. I would really like to see McGew getting some minutes, even probably starting, because with him at least I know he could not allow Manchester City that space because he's a constant pressing machine. And that is what we lacked in that game. You cannot allow opposition centre-backs the space to pick runners. Now, in possession, we can either move to a box midfield with Cucurella joining Caicedo in midfield and Fernandes pushing forward alongside Cole Palmer, looking to create that 2v1 overloads with Sancho and Palmer. That kind of scenario is one thing that you can actually look to try and find when it comes to Chelsea. Alternatively, we can have the diamond midfield with Cucurella, Palmer in the number 10 position, and Fernandes joining Noni Madueke down the right. And this is a system that Chelsea used against Wolves. And wow, Chelsea won that game. Chelsea created chances that game. And it's something that I'd really like to see Chelsea try. Without the ball, Chelsea can sit in a 4-4-2, but not a mid 4-4-2. If you decide to sit in a mid 4-4-2, ensure Jackson and Palmer are pressing. You cannot sit with a mid 4-4-2 with a high line, and you cannot look at the ball orientation. When the ball is playable in behind, you drop the line. When the opposition is facing the ball with its back to goal, you decide to push the high line up. Manchester City exploited this because you are playing with a mid block which is stale, which is not aggressive. Why are you playing with a mid block and your mid block is not aggressive? It is better you play with the lower block. It is better you play with an aggressive high block than playing with a mid block and allowing the opposition the space to receive the ball and look to play balls over the top. Even Caicedo and Fernandes were not pushing forward to deny Kovacic and Gundogan that space. Now, questions will be asked for Enzo Maresca in this game. Remember, Chelsea need to secure 30 points. Chelsea need 30 points. This is the 24th game of the season. Chelsea need to get 30 points. Chelsea need to ensure they get 10 wins so that they can guarantee themselves top 4. I don't care what Maresca keeps on saying that is not the goal for the club. The goal is to be back in the Champions League. Chelsea have not been back in the Champions League twice. You cannot attract players without Champions League football. You cannot create motivation with the team. Chelsea qualified for the Europa League last season. Manchester United winning the FA Cup is what took Chelsea to the Conference League. Chelsea did not qualify for the Conference League because they did not qualify for the Conference League because they finished 7th or 8th. They were comfortably in the Europa League. So the aim this season should be taking Chelsea from that 6th position to either 5th position, minimum 4th position. Because even when you look at it, Manchester United and Tottenham are not okay. So Chelsea have a better squad than Newcastle. They have a better squad than Nottingham. They have a better squad than Aston Villa. That 4th place belongs to Chelsea. And that starts with this game. Thank you.